And welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday afternoon matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. And oh boy, man, we got some stars in this game. We got Jordan Love, we got Jared Goff, we got Josh Jacobs, we got David Montgomery, as well as Jahmyr Gibbs. How about defensively? Oh, we got Aiden Hutchinson, one of the best defensive linemen of all time. And we also have Micah Parsons, who will be on a snap count, but still one of the best defensive players of the last 5 years. And we are kicking it off here. The Packers will get the opening kick. They catch it at the 6, to the 15, to the 25, to the 30, 35, 40, and stays on his feet and is out across the 43-yard line. Holy cow, man. Let's freaking go. Sorry about that. I am so ready for this game. And unfortunately, it's going to be a flag on the Packers, so that great return will be wiped away. That was on Bo Melton, the former wide receiver turned corner for the Packers. All right, we got Jay Love and Josh Jacobs back here, and there he is, number 0, Matthew Golden. And yes, Golden did change his number again. I believe before it was like 83 when he initially got drafted. Then he changed it to 22, which is similar to what he had in college when he was number 2. And then I think like a week ago, he changed it to 0. Jordan Love under center, Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Kraft in motion now to the right, single receiver to the left. And it's going to be Josh Jacobs with a carry, and he'll pick up about a yard. Detroit's defense doing a very good job of flying to the ball, crashing down on that offensive line, and minimizing any kind of yardage there. And Dahlia Rushkis, go Pack, go. Let's go. Thank you for being in the chat. I appreciate you so much. David Mickey Mouse, perfect timing. I've been doing this. I got a couple games under my belt nowadays. Jordan in the pistol, running back, fullback to his left, and back, single receiver to the left. Fakes the handoff. Jordan looking, first pass of the season, going, and he finds his old reliable target, Romeo Doubs, for a first down the left sideline. There is a flag on the field, but I hope it's not on the Packers, because that is what you want to see. Romeo Doubs ready, man. He is, you can feel the energy that has been pent up in that man. And that'll be on Detroit, but it'll be declined, and the pass will stand. Jordan Love, perfect on his first pass of the day. And Romeo Doubs, man, what a freaking route, man, dude. All right, Jordan under center, Jacobs in the backfield, Tucker Kraft in motion. Handoff to the right side, and once again, not much going there, man. Jacobs held to just 0 yards on the run. All right, man. Detroit knows they got to stop the run. They know what Jordan Love can do. Jordan Love can make any throw on the field. He's got the arm talent. He's got the strength. Everything you need, he's got it. But they know that the best way to be able to beat this team is to make them one-dimensional. Jordan under center, 2 receivers stacked up on the right, single back in the backfield. Jordan takes the snap, looking, has time, throws deep down the field, and overthrows a Tucker Kraft who was pretty open, man. You got to hit those, man. You got to hit those. If he hits Tucker Kraft in stride, there's a chance. There's a dang good chance that is going for 6. At the very least, that's like 20 to 30 yards. All right. Jordan in the shotgun, 2 receivers stacked up on the left, running back in the backfield with him to the right. Looking, Be 3rd and 10 over the middle. He finds his man Dontavian Wicks out across the 50 down to the 47-yard line, and the Packers in Detroit territory. Let me see, Captain Mickey Mouse holding. Yeah, I got it. Great job by Wicks, man. Be able to get open. Happy new season, everybody. Sean Paul Trotter, let's go. Welcome back, my dude. I haven't seen you in a while, man. It's good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 46. Jordan under center, tight end in motion. Hand off to Jacobs, who will cut it to the right and will be inside the 45 after a gain of about 2. All right, Captain Mickey Mouse. Wow, 2 flags so far. Yeah, man, the flags are flying early. It's usually how it happens, man. Like, unless the referees kind of allow these guys to play, week 1 is you usually see like flags. They tend to spike early in the season, and then they kind of wind down a little bit, and then then they stay steady. In the pistol, Jordan, quick throw to the left, gets one of his tight ends there. I believe that is Luke Musgrave for a gain of about 3. Oh, no, that is the former Atlanta Falcon, actually, Fitzpatrick. Sorry, I just saw a tall, lanky dude. I was like, that must be Musgrave. But yeah, Fitzpatrick, man, one of the many young weapons that they have at the tight end position. 2 receivers stacked up on the right side. Jordan in the shotgun, quick snap, looking, pumps, throws, finds his rookie wide receiver, 1st round draft pick out of Texas, Matthew Golden, with his first career catch. And it goes for a 1st down on 3rd down. Beautiful crossing route across the field. Wide open. Jordan hesitating just a little bit too much, but he hit him right in stride, and dang, that was a perfect play. Let's freaking go. Yes, I'm going to be a little animated on this one for a while because it's Green Bay Packer football, baby. I'm ready to go. 2 backs in the backfield, nice little handoff. Jacobs tries to cut it upfield and will be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage there. Not a great one. What is going on here? We got a helmet on the field, and there is a flag as well. We have a Green Bay Packer without a helmet. We have the Detroit Lions sideline. A little animated, so I think it's going to be on them. Tucker Kraft losing his helmet there. All right, he was engaged in a block with Brian Branch. Oh, yeah. Unsportsmanlike conduct by Brian Branch. So it wasn't even the fact that he ripped off Tucker Kraft's helmet. It's afterwards is that he literally chucked Kraft's helmet to the sidelines. So that'll actually give the Packers an automatic 1st down at the 16. Jordan Love alone in the backfield. He gets a nice little toss to one of his rookie wide receivers, number 83. And that is Savion Williams, the man out of TCU. I believe he was a 3rd round draft pick for the Packers. Trying to find creative ways to get the ball in this young man's hand. He picked up 1 yard on that little kind of like jet sweep to the left. Jordan Love in the shotgun, running back to his right. 3 receivers stacked up on that right side. Jordan looking. Come on. Finding somebody and trying to get it to Romeo Doubs, but the coverage was really tight. And it'll be 3rd and 9. All right. Ba-ba-ba-bum. So we got 3rd and 9, ball at the 15. Jordan in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up on the right side. Jacobs in motion. Jordan looking, has time. Finds his tight end in the end zone for a touchdown. Green Bay, Tucker Kraft in between 2 defenders. One of the best tight ends in the league. Gets the Packers on the board for the first time this season. What a throw, what a catch, what a freaking play. Let's go. Once again, I do apologize for your ears. Hot dang, dude. Oh, yes. It feels good. It feels so good. It feels right. Let's freaking go. Kraft. Dalia Huerta says, let's go. Tucker Kraft. I'm so excited. I forgot to put up the score. The extra point is good. The Packers are up 7-0. Let's freaking go. Jordan Love, man. Jordan freaking Love. Yes. All right, hold on. I have a couple missed chats here. Sorry, guys. I was laser focused on the drive. Chris Lasso, welcome back, my buddy. How you doing? How's it going, brother? Long time no see. Absolutely, man. I've been well. I hope you're doing well as well, my friend. But great to see you in the chat, man. I hope you are able to stick around a little bit. But yeah, man, what you been up to? David Stegosaurus, happy new season, Sean Paul. Go Pack, go! Absolutely, yeah, man. We got a whole cast of people here for this game, man. I love it. Love to see it in the chat. Dahlia, happy best season of the year. Let's go! Football season is the best season. Captain Mickey Mouse, sorry, my game was delayed. All good, my dude. You're all good. Oh my God, yes. Oh. So happy. So freaking happy right now. Let's go. All right, let me try to I still got to do some paperwork here on the stream on my end here. Still have everything labeled as the Jets and the the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, things were a little tight here. Things were a little tight in between games, but we made it through, man. We made it through. As long as we got the stream up in time, that's all that mattered. But yeah, man, if you guys are just welcoming to the channel, man, please leave a like, subscribe, man. We're trying to do as many games as we possibly can throughout the season. We're doing 6 this week. We're trying to do 5 next week. Our goal is to get to 100 subscribers before October. We are at 91 the last time I checked, so we are so close. Trying to get there, man. We're just trying to climb as much as we can. But yeah, man, please leave a like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Always appreciated, no matter what. What a throw, that leap and extension to catch. That makes an incredible touchdown. Absolutely. 100%, man. Tucker Kraft, man, he's just the potential and the ability that he has shown. Like I think the last time we had a tight end this potentially dominant was Jermichael Finley, and unfortunately for Finley, whether because of the injuries throughout his career, he just never was able to be more than just a couple games. But man, having Tucker Kraft, what just a great steal, man, in the 3rd round. Kick is up. It's going to be returned to the 10, to the 5, and taken down up under and across the 20 down to about the 22. Heck of a job by the Packers kickoff coverage team. And in is Jared Goff in this Detroit, very explosive Detroit offense. We got Jahmyr Gibbs, they got Williams, they got Amon St. Brown. It's a lot going on in that offense, man. Micah Parsons is on the sidelines. He will have a limited snap count because he's dealing with a back injury. All right. Goff under center, fullback, running back in the backfield. 2 receivers stacked up on that right side. Goff with a toss going to the left. Jahmyr Gibbs taken down after just a gain of 1. The ball was spotted at the 24, so he got it to the 25. All right, Goff alone in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up on the right side. Jahmyr Gibbs now in motion into the backfield, single receiver to the left. Green Bay showing some movement here before the snap. And it'll be a quick throw underneath to Gibbs, who breaks a tackle but is still only able to get about a yard or 2. A heck of a job by the Packers, being able to drive to the ball carrier and bring him down for a minimal gain. And in comes the biggest acquisition in Packers recent history. I'm not going to overblow him, but holy cow, Micah Parsons is on the field. Let's see where he lines up. All right. Goff in the shotgun. Jahmyr Gibbs to his right. Single receiver to the right side. 3 receivers to the left. And Micah Parsons is lined up on that left side, on that offensive right side, actually. Micah Parsons with the pressure. He moves Goff off his spot. He gets it to Gibbs, but he's going to lose a yard. And immediately, Micah Parsons moves Goff off the spot and forces him to dump it down with no time to find somebody down the field. Micah Parsons making an impact immediately. And once again, great job by the linebackers. Great job by the secondary, flying to the ball and getting Gibbs down for a loss. Great job by Lucas Van Ness as well, dude. He's been getting a lot of crap over the last year and a half because he hasn't, quote-unquote, lived up to the hype. And then, obviously, with Micah Parsons, he seems to be a forgotten guy, but trust me, he's a solid player, man. He just needs a little bit of time. But Lucas Van Ness making the tackle on Gibbs to force a punt. There is a flag, but I think it's going to be, unfortunately, on the Packers for jumping a little early. So, encroachment probably coming up. All right, we see here, been great, man. Glad football is back, and glad you're back as well. Thank you, man. I agree with you. Man. It's always good to have football back. But it's good to hear that you're doing well, man. I like it. Let's go. It's going to actually be a false start on the Detroit Lions, man. Let's freaking go. What a throw, but that leap and elevation. There we go. Oh, it's fixed. Ours, Mickey Mouse. Okay, there we go. Dolly Rushkis, that skit with Aaron was gold. Thank you. That was one of my favorite things that I've done on the channel so far, man. It took some time, but we got it done, and I like how it came out. I really do. Rushkis, number 1, putting that pressure. Let's freaking go. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry Jones. I appreciate you. Thank you for having him. All right, we got 4th and 14 coming up for Detroit. Punting this one away. And we have Matthew Golden, the Packers' first-round draft pick, as the return man. Okay. He catches it at the 38, makes a man miss to the 45, and gets it down near midfield around the 50. Let's freaking go, man. I freaking love it. So 0-1 making some impacts here early for the Packers, man. All right, we're going to a commercial break, but wow. If you're a Packer fan, can you ask for a better start? Quick 3 and out on defense after you just scored a touchdown on your opening season drive. It's about as good as you can get right there, man. It's about as good as you can get. me see here. But Captain Mickey Mouse, oh, you're good? Right on, man. I know you said you were delayed a little bit, but you're all good now? Heck yeah, man. Let's go. All right. Sorry, finishing up a few things here, but we are all set, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, Jordan's accuracy was a little iffy on that first drive, man. But when you needed that throw, he did it every single time. Third down, whatever it was, he got it done, man. And then the wide receivers, they seem to be quick, man. They seem to be. Luckily, we got Wicks healthy as well. It's good to see him on the field. And then on the defense, man, just a great job of just driving, getting to the ball carrier, not messing around. They seem quick, they seem fast. And then on top of that, obviously Micah Parsons, first snap, gets the pressure on Goff to force him to dump it down. And then just a great job by the defense, including Lucas Van Ness, to be able to get to the ball carrier and bring him down for a loss. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right, quick snap, and it's just behind Jayden Reed. It would have been a first down catch, but I don't know who it was. Ball might have been too behind. Maybe Jayden Reed started bending that one a little bit inside. Either way, incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 coming up for the Packers. All right, Jordan under center, single receiver to the right. Jacobs in the backfield alone. Kraft in motion, gets the handoff. That's a little tight end swing pass, and he'll get it out across the 50 down to the 49 of Detroit. Gain of about 3 or 4 on that little play. And Brian Branch in on the tackle, man. Brian Branch, freaking great freaking player, man. The Packers actually had an opportunity to draft him, but they traded back with Detroit, and instead Detroit got him, but the Packers did pick up 2 other picks that became Jayden Reed and Dontavian Wicks. So 2 receivers to the left, Jordan in the shotgun, tight end Tucker Kraft in on the line on the right side. Takes the snap. Jordan looking over the middle. Finds his receiver, Jayden Reed, down across the 25, down to the 22. A freaking beautiful route. Beautiful throw. Let's freaking go, man. Jordan is ready for the season, man. He was dealing with a thumb injury on his non-throwing hand. That does not seem to be affecting him at all. Great job by Jayden Reed as well, going up and getting that ball. Great block there by Jacobs to pick up the blitz. Clean pocket, man. Jordan under center, receiver in motion. Jacobs gets the handoff. It's up the middle and is able to pick up about 5 or 6 yards to get it inside the 20 down to about the 17. There we go. The best run of Jacobs. The best run for Jacobs so far in this game. All right, Jordan, 2 backs in the backfield with him. Kraft in motion now. Single receiver to the left. Jordan fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, finds one of his receivers, and he's going to stumble for only a gain of 1, maybe 2. So that'll set up a 3rd and 4 coming up for the Packers here. Just a little flat route to the left there. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Tucker Kraft in motion now to the right, along with 2 receivers on that right side as well. Jordan looking, one-on-one, and it'll be incomplete, trying to get it to Romeo Doubs down the left sideline in the end zone, but it'll be incomplete. The Packers will have to settle for a field goal here. Oh, it hit him in the hands, but man, that was going to be a tough one for Romeo to be able to bring down. All right, in is Brandon McManus, who was picked up last year midway through the season. His kick is good, and Brandon McManus continues to be a great acquisition by the Packers. Man, the Packers, they struggled for a long time to find a reliable kicker. They went basically almost a season and a half without really finding anybody that they could really truly trust. And at this point, Brandon McManus has been that guy. And he makes it 10-0 for the Packers here in the first. Now, Captain Mickey Mouse Dave Taylor Bass is out for tonight's game, but the Bills have signed a rookie from Arizona Cardinals, Matt Prater, that will be filling in for Bass game. Matt Prater, Matt Prater, I don't think he's a rookie, dude. I'm pretty sure he's been in the league for a long time. Because I'm pretty sure Matt Prater was Detroit's kicker for a while. Yeah, Matt Prater, he started out his career in Detroit back in 2006. He had a long career with the Denver Broncos. That's who I was thinking of, along with same as Brandon McManus, actually. I think McManus might have replaced Matt Prater in Denver. Then Prater went to Detroit for about 7 years. Then he went to Arizona, and now he's on the Buffalo Bills. So yeah, Prater has been in the league for a while now, for a long time, almost 20 years at this point. But yeah, Prater is still a really solid option for them. Like that, you can do significantly worse for an emergency kicker than Matt Prater. Let me see here. I heard that Dave is rooting for the Jaguars to beat the Panthers because the Panthers have blue on their jersey, and that's how much he likes the Lions. Listen, man, I'm not saying blue is a terrible color, but I am going to say it's the worst color. At least today it is. Yeah, I don't like light blue. Along with some silver on it. Ugh, disgusting. All right, kick is going to be returned from the goal line, and the Packers coverage team absolutely stonewalls the Detroit returner around the 19. Dang. There is a flag on the field, though. Please don't let it be on us. Come on. Let me see here. Captain Mickey Mouse, sorry, veteran. Oh, no, you're all good, man. Trust me, dude. We've had some weird names pop up, and I'm like, oh, no, that's not it. You're all good, my dude. I think the only reason I remember Prater specifically is, one, he did play for Detroit, so I remember that freaking name. And two, I remember that I actually had him in fantasy, like, a long time ago when I think it was the first year that Peyton Manning was there. So that's how I remember guys like Matt Prater. It's usually because of fantasy or because they played for a division rival. All right. First play, handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs, who was able to stiff arm somebody and get a good amount of yardage down that left sideline for a gain of 6. but there is a flag on the field. All right. It is offsides on Jameson Williams, the receiver out of Alabama. Yeah, Williams is an incredibly talented player, man. Just one of the fastest gazelles or giraffes, however you want to do this, tall and fast. All right. Goff under center. Ball at the 5. Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. Hands it off to him, who breaks a tackle in the backfield, gets to the corner, and it's going to be close to a first down. Oh, man, that is a rough play for this Packers defense, man. They really got to be able to stretch that play out a lot more. They're collapsing way too easily, man. Rashawn Gary moved off to the side there, moved inside. Stay outside, man. Let him either go into the gap where you can grab him or force him out even further. Don't let him be able to control when he cuts up the field. Stretch it out. All right. 2nd and 2 after the big run by Gibbs. 14 yards on that carry. Another Gibbs run up the middle this time. It'll be a first down and a gain of 5 down to the 24. It looks like you're going to keep the light blue for the Bills tonight. Oh, yeah. All right, Goff under center here, back in the backfield. Receiver in motion to the left. Goff rolling out, finds David Montgomery underneath, but will lose about a yard on that little running back screen. Montgomery's first touch of the season goes for a loss. Great job. Great job by the linebackers in the second level, being patient, not just trying to engage in any block right away. They read it, be able to find gaps in that offensive line and get to the ball carrier. Goff under center, single back in the backfield, receiver in motion to the right. Now 2 of them stacked on that right side. Play action, Goff looking, throwing it deep, and he finds his man down the right sideline. That is number 14, Amon-Ra St. Brown, for a first down and a little bit more. Yep. Got both toes in. Ball never went loose. Dang. All right. Ball at the 41, and this play is blown dead. I think it's going to be a timeout by the Packers, maybe. All right, let's see here. Because Allen has his new jersey on. There you go. Seastrom. Morning. Looks like I get the Texans game instead of the Packers game. Go for tragedy, man. It's no good. And it looks like the Packers are going to challenge whether he was able to hold on to this ball. I don't understand why. Yeah, unless they're seeing something I'm not seeing, I think that's just going to be upheld. So, but go Texans. I am Ron Burgundy. Seastrom, man. Oh, yeah, I guess the Texans are the other game of the week. Doubleheader there. Seastrom. Go Texans. There we go. Yeah, I like the Texans, man. I like DeMeco Ryan. I like their offense, the way it's constructed. They just got to get healthier at the wide receiver position. Unfortunately, have had some really talented guys go down because of injury. And their defense, man, has gotten better over the years. They're really good at taking the ball away, but they're inconsistent at times, especially on the D-line. Kind of the front seven is, if I had to pick their weakest point last year, they weren't always able to get to the quarterback on a consistent basis. Very similar to the Packers, actually. But I really, really hope that both of these teams, both the Packers and Texans, can. I don't know, man. It'd be really cool to see them in the Super Bowl at some point. Seeing J.C. Stroud, C.J. Stroud, and Jordan Love go head to head in the Super Bowl. That would be freaking very, very interesting. Ah, man, I think that means I need more caffeine. But yeah, like I said, from when the look of it, I think it was confirmed that he caught it. So that was I don't understand the challenge. But Green Bay will lose a timeout here. Goff under center, single back in the backfield, tight end in motion to the left. And it is going to be David Montgomery with a very solid run up the middle there, breaking a tackle, getting it down to the 46, gain of 5. All right, Green Bay did challenge flag on Lions, but the player was on the field. Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah. I mean, I saw that even on the first replay. I was like, oh, he caught it. All right, Goff under center. Tight formation there. Single back in the backfield. Delayed handoff. Montgomery powering through this Packers defense for a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and short coming up here. Goff under center here. Ball at the 50. Need to get to the 49. Single back in the backfield. Receiver in motion to the left. And that'll be the end of the first quarter here in Green Bay. The Packers on top 10-0. But the Lions just a yard away from getting into Green Bay territory for the first time. Let me see here. The challenge is when one team thinks the refs were wrong, but a call on the field. So they challenge the ruling on the field. Hope that helps you under challenge. There we go, man. David. Breaking it down. All right, so in this drive, man, you're starting to see the Detroit Lions starting to establish that run, man. Jahmyr Gibbs on the first drive clearly was. They were trying to. I feel like they were trying to run basically some simple stunts or like kind of like counters. It really wasn't working. But here on this drive, you're clearly seeing they're basically just told Gibbs, "Hey, get the ball, make a decision, and just go. Don't try to second guess. Don't try to find a gap. Just go. Boom, 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 boom." If it's to the outside, it's to the outside. If it's to the in, just commit to it and go. And I mean, David Montgomery is very, very much a one-cut kind of guy. He's gonna cut and go up the field. He doesn't have the type of speed and like a little bit of a wiggle that Jahmyr Gibbs brings. Lions will get it back in the second quarter, right? Oh yeah. It's still 3rd and 1. They're just probably just gonna flip to the other side of the field, which since they were at the 50, they don't really have to do much. All right, we're back. Fullback, running back in the backfield. Goff under center here. Boom. And it's a handoff, and they're just going to get the first down. Great job by the Detroit Lions. Not a bad job by the Packers, man. They almost stopped him, but gained of about 1.5 yards when they needed just 1. First down, Detroit. All right. 2 receivers to the left side. Goff hands it off to his running back, and David Montgomery taken down in the backfield. And that is big man Kobe Cheese Wooden with a nice tackle behind the line. Yeah, there you go, man. Kobe Jack bringing them down. Tony and Reba, I really have to catch that show. Sounds like a good show. Micah Parsons in. Got 2 receivers stacked up on the left. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. Goff looking, pressured, and he'll dump it down to Gibbs, who will pick up about 1 yard or 2 down that right sideline. That'll set up a 3rd down and relatively long. We do have a late flag that better not be on the Packers, man. Swear to God. It's unsportsmanlike conduct on the Packers. Oh. It's going to be on Xavier McKinney, dude. Come on. What are you doing? Really? That's it? Oh, okay. I thought Xavier did something stupid. He just... So he was gonna get blocked by one of the receivers, and it was gonna be like a little after the play. So instead of just taking a hit, he kind of threw it back. After he knocked him down, he stood over, quote unquote, over him. That was the flag. So 1st and 10, ball at the 30 because of the penalty. Jameson Williams with an end around. He breaks a tackle and will get another first down here, down right at the marker, down to the 20. Yeah, that was Edgerrin Cooper nearly able to get to Williams, actually right at the goal line. But just could not bring him down, and Williams, with that speed and that gallop, man, just can get downfield so quickly. Micah is still on the field here. Goff under center. Ball at the... Oh, they're saying that he stepped out of bounds, actually, so he's back at the 28. Gibbs breaks a tackle, but the Packers just relentless in the pursuit, only able to pick up 2 yards down to the 26. So Edgerrin Cooper actually was able to bring down Williams. It just didn't tackle him, but he forced him to step out of bounds. So that was a 2nd and 8 instead of a first down. So now we have 3rd and 5 after the Jahmyr Gibbs run. Goff under center, single back in the backfield. Single receiver to the right. Goff looking, quick throw, and gets it to his reliable Amon-Ra St. Brown going up against Keyshawn Nixon there. Dang, dude, that was way too easy, man. All right. 1st and 10, ball at the 17-yard line. Goff in the shotgun. Jahmyr Gibbs to his right. 2 receivers stacked up on that left side. Pressure. Jahmyr Gibbs catches the ball underneath. Able to spin his way for a gain of about 5 down to the 12. That was a great one-on-one tackle by Edgerrin Cooper, man. One of the best players that the Packers have been able to draft in a long time. They're almost back on Paramount Plus. David Stegosaurus with a bunch of cheeseheads. Let's go. 2nd and 5, handoff to Gibbs on that right side, and the Packers do a great job of stuffing that one. No gain on the play. 3rd and 5 coming up from the 12. I think that was led by Rashawn Gary on that one. Micah Parsons in on this play. Goff alone in the backfield. And now he is joined by Jahmyr Gibbs on his right side. Single receiver to the right. Goff looking, has to scramble, runs, and it'll be incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, but great coverage by the second-year man, Evan Williams. And that'll force a 4th down here for Detroit, and they'll have to settle for a field goal. Micah Parsons being double-teamed on that play. All right, we got Jake Bates in for this field goal. Jake Bates. And right down the middle, Jake Bates, one of the better kickers in the league a season ago. And Detroit able to make this a 7-point game, 9:27 left in the second quarter. Jordan Love gonna be on the field. He's been on the sidelines for a couple minutes here. Detroit had a nice little drive there, which started at their own 5 basically after a couple mistakes. But yeah, guys, if you're just joining us or if you've been here for a while, please leave a like and subscribe. Helps out the channel. Once again, we're trying to get to 100 before October. We do every primetime game, every Packer game. We try to do every game we can, along with some other content throughout the season. So if you want to be part of that, please leave a like. It's going to be huge for this channel. Try to get it into as many people as we can to kind of look at the channel and kind of build from there. Plus, we have some great people in the chat. But yeah, man. So far, the Packers defense has impressed me. Outside of a few mistakes here and there. I mean, you're going up against one of the best offenses in the NFL. Like, the Detroit Lions offense has been top 5, I'm pretty sure, over the last 2.5 years. It's like, this is not just like some team that got lucky. They've built this team very well, and the Packers were, they were playing catch up, let's be honest. And they've made some great draft picks. They've gotten healthier. And on top of that, they've obviously picked up some pretty talented guys, not just Micah Parsons, but Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden. They picked up some offensive lineman from the Eagles. I think he's going to be more of a swing tackle, swing guard kind of thing going on with that guy. But yeah, man, the Packers have always been a talented team. They've been the youngest team. I think this is their third consecutive year being the youngest team in the NFL. But they've always been able to challenge some of the better teams in the NFL. But at times, they have looked like a second-tier team. Very talented, can be a threat, can be potentially Super Bowl contenders, but it's always been that little bit that they're just clearly were missing. But right now, man, they're more than just holding their own against one of the best teams of the last 3 years. They're winning. And I want to see how this offense responds after being off the field for a bit. Bates kicks this one off. It's going to be caught in the end zone. And Savion Williams deciding to just take a knee and get the ball to the 30. All right, Jordan under center, Jacobs in the backfield, play action, Jordan looking, throwing it deep down the field. He's got a man, he does! Romeo Doubs with an incredible catch inside the 20 down to about the 16-yard line. And Romeo Doubs is just a man possessed right now, dude. Every single time he catches a pass, he is borderline emotional. Let's freaking go, right between the safeties. Oh, beautiful. Took a shot from both of them too, but kept it and popped right back up. I freaking love it, man. Jordan Love, 19 of 13, $142 and a touchdown. 3 receivers on the right side. Jordan in the shotgun with Jacobs to his left. Jordan looking, some pressure, but he has his man. Touchdown! Jayden Reed. Down that right side of the end zone. Lambeau leap. Let's freaking go. 2 plays is all you need, baby. 2 plays is all you need. Packers throwing some haymakers early in this game. Absolutely have stunned the Lions. Oh, it's just a beautiful throw, man. Laid that thing perfectly. Reed did not have to break stride. Defender had no chance. Plenty of space. Boom. Let's go. McManus' kick is up, and it is good. And the Packers in control early, up 17-3 over the Detroit Lions. Let's go. Once again, I do apologize. Holy cow, man. Let's go. All right, man. I mean, it was just a simple route, man. It was a simple little kind of, I don't even, do you want to call that even a fade, really? I mean, he kind of drifted a little bit, but, I mean, dude, that ball from Jordan was perfect. Both of them were perfect. Yeah, man. Matthew Golden, Romeo Doubs, Jayden Reed, Dontavian Wicks. And that's just the top 4, man. You still have Savion Williams. You got Bo Melton. Every once in a while, probably pop in here. Malik Heath is still part of the team, man. And then, once again, that's just the receivers. You got Fitzpatrick. You got Tucker Kraft. You got Lucas Musgrave. Brandon Jacobs. Wilson. All of these guys can catch. All these guys can make plays. They've shown it in the past. Let's freaking go. Jaden Reed, man. I remember when they drafted him, everybody was like, why would they pick a sub 6 foot wide receiver out of Michigan State who started his career, I think, at like Central Michigan? I know, I'm pretty sure Michigan State was not where he started his career. But yeah, he was undersized. But when I was like, oh man, I thought they were gonna go for like a tall wide receiver. I was like, why would they go for Jaden Reed? And then when I saw the film, the highlight stuff, the guy is smaller than most quote unquote NFL wide receivers, especially the type of receivers the Packers usually go for. They usually like their taller guys, especially the last 7-ish years. But dude, his ability to win contested catches, you saw that all freaking every single game with Jaden Reed over there in Michigan State, every single time. And going up against some corners that were like 2, 3, 4 inches taller than him, going up against some linebackers that are clearly going to be taller than him, and he always just outjumped these guys, or at least was up there to break up a pass. He was never just there, like hoping for the ball to drop in his lap. He was aggressive, and I think that's one thing Goody liked about him. Plus, he could return. Kick is up, and caught at the 5, across the 15 to the 20, 25, and taken down at about the 28. So yeah, Jaden Reed was basically in the slot, immediately just drifting off a little bit, trying to buy get himself some space from Terrion Arnold, a former Alabama corner there. Jordan Love, 2 touchdowns in this first half against one of the best defenses in the NFL. Goff under center, receiver in motion to the left, single back in the backfield. That is David Montgomery. Single receiver to the right. Goff, play action, looking pressured, and he'll dump it underneath to get to Montgomery, who will pick up about 6 yards, taken down by Cooper, I believe. And Dahlia Rushkis, let's go, number 11, man. Reed, he's been good. Guy has been phenomenal every single season, man. He had some drops, some very uncharacteristic drops late in the season last year, but hey, let's go. It's a new season. 2 receivers stacked up on the left. Goff in the shotgun, hands off to David Montgomery, who will be very close to a first down. All right, we got 7:20 on the clock. 3rd and 1 for Detroit here. Single receiver to the left, single back in the backfield. Play action, and Goff has time, finds his man underneath, and David Montgomery, man, just so violent when he runs. He did that even when he was in Chicago, picking up some decent yardage after the catch, and it will be a first down. Goff, so far 9 of 10, 46 yards through the air. Tight end in motion to the right, single back in the backfield, single receiver to that right side. Goff under center, handoff again, and Montgomery finding a little bit more running room out across the 50 down to about the 48. Picks up about 7 on the carry. All right, Goff under center, tight end now in the eye. Another handoff. Montgomery trying to pick his way, and he'll get about another 2 yards on the run up the middle. Packers reading that one pretty well. All right. Off is David Montgomery in is Jahmyr Gibbs, as well as Micah Parsons is now in the game. We got a single receiver to the right here. Receiver in motion now to the left. Goff in the shotgun with Gibbs to his right. Packers showing pressure. They send 6, and they get Amon-Ra St. Brown wide open over the middle. Amon-Ra complaining about a face mask. I think he did actually get a face mask. Oh, what the heck? They didn't even call one on Parsons. Parsons had his freaking head bent backwards. Should have been called right there. All right. Goff under center. 2 receivers stacked up on that right side. Jahmyr Gibbs alone in the backfield. Williams in motion. And absolutely goes nowhere. Micah Parsons absolutely destroys Jahmyr Gibbs. Actually, no, that wasn't was that Micah? No. That was Quay Walker, I believe. Yes, it was. Parsons was in on the tackle, but Quay was the guy that took him out. Goff under center, Gibbs in the backfield. And it'll be a tight end screen, and he'll pick up about 3 yards down to the 35 is Laporta. Nice little design, but the Packers able to rally to him, limit the yardage on that one. So we got 3rd and 6 coming up after the gain of 3 there by Laporta. Ball just past the 35. Goff in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, single tight end to the right. Montgomery in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking, quick throw underneath, and that'll be about 2 yards shy of the first down. And Javon Bullard, the second-year safety / corner, on the tackle of Jameson Williams. There you go, man. That old SEC competition there. Jameson Williams, obviously Alabama. Javon Bullard, a Georgia Bulldog. 4th and 2. Lions look like they're going for it. They are in field goal range. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. This is Dan Campbell, by the way. Oh, they do. Snaps the ball. Goff looking. A wide open Jameson Williams down the left side of the field. And that'll be a first down for Detroit here. But there is a flag on the field. There's going to be a penalty on the Packers, but it will be declined. So Williams got up and then literally got into the face of Xavier McKinney. But there was no flag on that when just basically 2 drives ago, McKinney did the same thing and got flagged for it. All right. All I'm saying is if you're going to be consistent, be consistent. All right? If you're going to call things, call them consistently. That's all I'm saying. All right, we got a 2-minute warning here in the first half. Green Bay up still 17-3. Jameson Whiskey Williams. Oh. I mean, I think we just found a pair with Van down by the River Jefferson. I mean, who doesn't like to drink a little Jameson whiskey down by the river in a van? Man, let's go, man. Let's go. I like it, man. David, I'm gonna have to put you in charge of some nicknames, man, because you're coming up with some heat on that one. Yeah, and that's the thing with Detroit, man. You can put them in bad situations, but they're always gonna find they're gonna be aggressive too. Dan Campbell has been known to forego a punt or even do a fake punt when in times where some coaches would just be like, let's settle for a field goal. It's 47 yards. We'll cut the deficit down to 11. Blah blah blah. But Dan Campbell's like, no. It's like if we're gonna lose because it was our decision, not the other way around. Not because we played it too safe. Yeah, and it's just like the tush push, man. If you don't like that kind of play calling, stop it. If you stop it enough, he's going to stop doing it. Simple as that. All right. First and 10, ball at the 19. Goff in the shotgun. 3 receivers bunched up on that left side. Tight end in motion now to the left. Goff looking. Pressure needs to roll out, and he'll just throw it away. That should be a flag. That did not get to the line of scrimmage, dude. First off, there was nobody within like 20 yards. I know that's not the only criteria, but that thing did not get to them. I don't know, man. I think Detroit is getting away with a few things here, but all right. Goff under center. 2 receivers on that right side. Jameson Williams in motion, and it'll be David Montgomery over the middle, picking up about 3 yards on the carry, getting it down to about the 17. I know they like to compare Micah Parsons to Reggie White just because of all that stuff. I don't know, man. The Packers have had some great acquisitions in the past, man. Charles Woodson, Julius Peppers. They made some big impacts. 2 receivers stacked up on the left. Goff in motion, and it's intercepted! Woo! Evan Williams, I was about to say rookie, the second-year player. Woo, baby. And that is the Oregon Duck. I almost forgot his college. Evan Williams with an incredible interception, snatching that pass from Amon-Ra St. Brown. And Micah Parsons, of course, was putting a little bit of pressure on Jared Goff on that throw. Let's freaking go, man. Let's freaking go. First interception of the season on the channel. On the channel. I know there was a couple interceptions in the early games. Oh, let's freaking go, man. Evan Williams. He had a couple. I think he had 2 last year as a rookie. Evans is also a drink. Oh yeah, Evan. Oh yeah, man. We got a lot of whiskey going on around here, man. Yes, Evan Williams is a bourbon. Do I have any? Do I have any Evan Williams? If I'm gonna check at halftime if I have any Evan Williams. If I do, I'm gonna pour one. I'm gonna pour a nice little, just a little bit, just a small little smidge of whiskey, just for to celebrate. But I don't know. I don't think I do. But yeah. Hot dang, dude. Hot dang. Yeah, a big guy that's a big name, I should say, that's missing. Unfortunately, is Nate Hobbs, the one of the Packers offseason signings. All right, interception stands. Ball is at the 13-yard line. Jordan Love with a quick throw to Matthew Golden, and he'll get it down to the 19. A gain of 6 for the rookie wide receiver. Shot. All right. You know what? I'll do one shot. I don't really drink really at all, but I will do a shot if the Packers can get a win. We'll do some Packer shots. I might do that tonight. I might have to do the shot during the Ravens game. But all right, two receivers stacked up on that right side. Jordan in the shotgun. Quick throw underneath Tucker. Oh, that is definitely Lucas Musgrave, number 88. He'll be a yard shy of the first. It'll be 3rd and 1. But yeah, Nate Hobbs is injured, so he is not going to be playing in this game. He had off-season surgery basically about a month and change ago in August. He's not supposed to miss a whole lot of time. They're hoping to get him back even as early as week 3. But we'll see. Oh, direct snap to Jacobs, and he will be half a yard shy of the first down. A little bit too creative for my liking there. Also, it was not a great snap. It was high. And the clock is all the way down to 21 seconds here. Detroit holding on to both of their timeouts after using the first one just now to... I mean, 21 seconds is not a whole lot. All right, we got Daniel Whalen in for this punt. This is the first punt of the day for the Packers, I believe. Whalen has been a phenomenal punter for the Packers, man. He's done really well, even during when it gets cold. He's been darn good. Oh, this one's good. Down inside the 15. Come on, coverage team. Reversing field. And he's going to be taken down inside the 20. Down to about the 16-yard line. Woo! Let's go, man. Let's see who that was, man. That was, number 21? No, seriously, who was that? Sorry, 41. Mark. No. Why can I not find the name here? Oh, there you go. 31. Nick Naaman. Let me see here. 6th-round draft pick in 2021 by the LA Chargers. All right, man. Making a heck of a throw, making a heck of a tackle. And Goff takes a knee, and the Packers will take a 17-3 lead into the half here against the Detroit Lions. Dude, it's about as good of a half as you can get. Didn't give up a touchdown, scored 2 touchdowns, made all your field goals. Defense is playing well. Got a turnover on top of that. Perfect. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. I'm going to try to fix this light that I have. 1 second. All right. It's been a second. Come on, David. Help me out, man. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. But holy cow. Yeah, man. What a freaking what the heck? Let me see here. So, yeah, man. Packers they did not mess around in the first half. This is about as good as I've seen them in a while. Jordan Love had an early throw that he overthrew to Tucker Kraft down the left sideline after Kraft basically was like running a nice little corner route, and he beat his man. He had a step and a half on his defender, but Jordan just put a little too much sauce on the throw, and I was like, oh, come on, man. But then, of course, he ends that drive with just a beautiful touch pass in between 2 defenders. Tucker Kraft able to bring it in and scoring the first touchdown of the game. Just a great drive. Even though Jacobs has not been able to really get anything going on the ground for the most part, the Packers have relied on Jordan Love, which when you look at the past, when Jordan has had to be basically the only part of the offense that is working, it's done well in terms of like stat numbers, but it typically has not led to success in winning the game. So far, this has been a type of game that if he can play like this when things are not going perfectly, the run game, things like that, when you can play like this, when you can will your team to a win, that is what brings you to the status of a guy that has potential to be great to a guy that is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, unquestioned. Dahlia, what a first half we've had. Absolutely. Once again, Jordan Love has looked about as good as I've seen him. He's healthy. He probably hasn't been this healthy probably since the beginning of that Philly game last year. And that's not me trying to make excuses. At the end of the day, you still got to perform. We've seen Rodgers play with a hobbled leg for almost an entire season, and he had, he played like one of the greatest of all times. Jordan, I'm just saying the expectations that they have put on this guy this season, like people are saying like, oh yeah, I think we know what Jordan is. I think he's a good quarterback, but not great. He needs to prove himself, otherwise he's going to be a bust. I was like, no. No, Jordan is a very dang good quarterback, and he has the potential to even be one of the greatest modern day quarterbacks right now. Once again, that might be saying too much, but what I'm saying is the potential to be one of the elites is very much there, and he's flashed it for more than just a game or two. He's flashed it for months at a time. So I'm just happy that the dude is healthy and he seems to be in his bag in this game. Hopefully that can continue in the second half. That's going to be a big part. Can you do it consistently? Can you do it when you're not necessarily in rhythm? So let's see here. After that, once again, Josh Jacobs not having a great game, but he's doing what he needs to do. Can only do so much as a single runner when the blocks are not there. And Detroit knows they need to stop him. When you look at how when Green Bay is be able to be dominant at times, that's when they've been able to run the ball. So if you don't stop Jacobs, you're sure as heck not going to stop Jordan Love either. So they know they need to take at least one of those guys out and hope that the other one makes a mistake or something like that. Romeo Doubs has been freaking phenomenal. I think he was a guy that was forgotten throughout this entire offseason, with Matthew Golden coming in, Savion Williams being drafted, Christian Watson being hurt. Everybody's like, oh, the number one receiver for the Packers is down. They need to replace it with a rookie that hasn't proven anything. Jaden Reed was also another guy that I think was being forgotten because of how he ended last year with a couple drops. And Dontavian Wicks it seems like he's always the forgotten man amongst the receivers. But all of these guys have shown that they can be very, very talented guys, great route runners, good hands sometimes. They need to find some consistency with that. But so far, I think outside of one drop, maybe, we haven't seen much of any of that today. Let me see here. Who else? Tucker Kraft having a very solid game. Touchdown. Could have had an even bigger play earlier on that drive, but he's been really dang good. We haven't really seen much of anything when it comes to the offensive line. You got Aaron Banks, you got Elton Jenkins playing a new position, obviously at center. Jordan Morgan, Sean Ryan seems to be the starting right guard, and then Zach Tom. I don't think we've seen Jordan take a sack. He's been hit maybe once in this game, maybe. I think the offensive line has been freaking phenomenal. They need to get a little bit better. They need to open up some lanes in the running game for Jacobs to kind of really put this game away in the second half. But passing-wise, pass protection, A+. A few of our guys got married in the offseason, so maybe they are a bit more focused on the game now that their wedding plans is done. That's true. That is true. Did Jordan get married? I know he got engaged. I can't remember if he got married. But yeah. Either way, yeah. Hey man. Happy wife, happy life, Oh, yeah, they did get married. Yeah, they got married in June. Hey, there you go. Hey, our quarterback's a married man. Let's go. Congratulations, Jordan. Let me see here. Defensive line, I think, has been really darn good, man. They've been consistent. They haven't really given up outside of like two or three runs. They've really been able to hold arguably two of the best running backs to a manageable amount of yardage. Don't get me wrong, Jahmyr Gibbs can easily blow up a game with just a 1 or 2 runs. David Montgomery has never been known as a distance runner, but he will wear you down over 4 quarters. So I still think their biggest impact could be in the second half, both of those guys. So Packers D needs to continue to focus on these guys. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm just trying to change a few things here before the half starts. Go. Boom. All right. Let me see here. Yeah. Lucas Van Ness obviously had a great one-on-one tackle against Jahmyr Gibbs. Kobe Wooden, I think, picked up a nice little tackle as well. Rashawn Gary has been around. I don't think we've seen a big, huge impact from him yet. But Rashawn has always been a guy that kind of builds momentum throughout his career. He's never been a guy that just starts on fire and, he typically gets stronger as the game goes on. He's a guy that wears you out defensively. We've seen already the impact on Micah Parsons. Literally his first snap, he forced Goff to throw it underneath. And on that interception to Evan Williams, he was the guy that was closest to Goff. So, Edgerrin Cooper, we've seen him make some impressive tackles one-on-one with some really talented players like Jameson Williams, like Jahmyr Gibbs. So he's playing to his potential because there was expectations of him being probably the best linebacker that we have, and so far that's been the case. Isaiah McDuffie, as steady as you can be. Now, no big splash plays, but no major mistakes. Solid tackler, is always in the right position. Quay Walker has made some really, really solid pressures along with some really solid tackles near the goal line or near the line of scrimmage. So he looks like he's playing a lot better this year. A little bit more free too. Javon Bullard has made some really solid tackles. And then we have Evan Williams with the interception, man. Big play going up against one of the best receivers in the game in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Being able to basically undercut that route. It's impressive. Smart dude. He looked like he had potential last year. He started out strong and then kind of trailed off a little bit towards the end. But once again, that's not uncommon, not only for rookies, but defensive back rookies. Once you get enough film on these guys, you can start to see some of the things that you can kind of hit them with, kind of take advantage of young rookies. But yeah, man, nice little offseason by Evan, and he seems like he's off to the races, man. He could be a really, really important player for the Packers in the slot. Let me see here. I'm trying to make sure I get everybody. But Brandon McManus, steady as he goes, has made every extra point, has made his extra field goal. It's exactly what you want from a kicker. Shouldn't have to say much. For the Detroit Lions, man, their running game is starting to get going. On that first drive, they couldn't get much of anything. The passing game has been slightly getting better, but it's still inconsistent. I think the pressure has been affecting Goff a little bit. You can see some of them. He's had to throw away. He's thrown, or he's been off balance, so he can't really get what he needs out of it, or get enough juice on the ball to get it to the guy that he needs to. So yeah, man, the Detroit Lions need to be able to protect a little bit better. They need to open up some more lanes for Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. And the receivers for the Detroit Lions just need to get open, man. They've been covered pretty well. So, all right. We are back here, and the kick is going to be picked up at the 10 to the 20. 25 is going to be a decent return down to the 33 for Detroit. They will start with the ball here in the second half. Detroit defensively, they need to do a better job in the secondary. There's been a lot of wide receivers for the Packers that are just basically wide open. In the NFL, if there's like 4 or 5 yards in between you and the defender, that is wide open. You might as well be able to hand off the ball to that guy. That's how it should be. But yeah. All right. 2-2-2, single back in the backfield. Goff under center, 3 receivers on that left side. Goff looking, has time, gets it to Gibbs underneath, who will be able to get about 4 or 5 yards on the play there down the left sideline. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. Otherwise, the Detroit defense has been pretty good. They have. Oh, that's the other thing too. They haven't gotten any real legitimate pressure on Jordan Love. They got to do better with that. They've been stopping the running game pretty well. So, 2 receivers stacked up on the right. Goff under center, single back in the backfield, play action, pressure, and he is wide open. That is the tight end, Sam Laporta, and he will get it all the way down to the Packer 31. Holy cow, man. Packers try to send pressure, and it just blew up in their face. To be fair, they almost got to Goff. He actually threw that with his eyes closed. But, yeah, man. Sam Laporta, man, one of the best tight ends in the league. Goff under center, single receiver to the right, single back in the backfield, tight end split out wide. Play action, no pressure. Gibbs has a little bit of time, but he slips on the field. That is the second time he has actually slipped on this drive. Might have to change the cleats. But yes, if you're just tuning in, please leave a like and subscribe. We try to do every possible game we can. Primetime games, Packer games. Yeah, man, our goal is to get to 100 before October. We are close to that. So please stick around and enjoy the chat, man. We got some great people in the chat, man. We got David, Dahlia, Seastrom, Captain Mickey Mouse, man. We got some great people here. Receiver in motion to the right, Goff under center, fullback, running back. And it's going to be Jahmyr Gibbs over the middle, but he is going to be stopped after a gain of about 2, maybe 3. That was McDuffie and I think Kobe Wooden in on the stop. All right, in comes David Montgomery for Jahmyr Gibbs. Single receiver to the left. A tight end and a receiver motioning out to the right now. Goff in the shotgun. Goff looking pressured, and it's wide open. Sam Laporta. Quay Walker just standing, covering nobody. And that's the thing with Quay, man. His coverage has been suspect at times. His tackling has usually been fine. But yeah, he just literally, Laporta did not even move after he stopped running. Quay just literally drifted to the left. And I get it. There's probably something in the tape that shows you, hey, this guy's going to try to go around you and kind of curve that thing. But you got to keep your eye on him, man. And under center here, Goff looking pressured. He's going to roll out to the right, then to the left. Has some time deep down the end zone and incomplete. Great coverage by this Packers secondary, who is without Jaire Alexander as he was let go during the offseason and signed with the Baltimore Ravens. And on top of that, they basically are missing the guy that was supposed to replace Jaire and Nate Hobbs. So, heck of a job by the Packers secondary. Goff had a lot of time, but still couldn't find anybody. Goff under center, single back in the backfield. Amon-Ra in motion to the left. Gibbs almost taken down in the backfield, and he's going to lose even more yardage if he would have just gone down initially. I believe Edgerrin Cooper was the first guy there, but he couldn't bring him down, but it actually worked out because Gibbs actually went backwards for a couple more drives. And, dude, Micah Parsons, man, has just been dealing with friggin' double teams almost all day. So we got 3rd and goal, ball back at the 17-yard line, basically. 3 receivers stacked up on the left, Goff in the shotgun. Goff throws it underneath to David Montgomery, who will get it just inside the 10, down to about the 8. And that'll be 4th and goal for Detroit. Packers defense, man, bending but not breaking. Micah Parsons and Penei Sewell going head to head, man, and a little frustration there by Sewell there at the end. I think Micah's wearing him down. Oof. The Titans and Broncos had a rain delay, and early the Panthers and Jags had it. Yeah, they did. Bates' kick is up and good, right down the middle. All right, man. Detroit cuts the lead to 11, 6-17. Packers offense will get back on the field here after the commercial break. Oh, man, I'm trying to think here. I'm assuming that means that they're playing, were they playing in Tennessee? Because, man, dude, just all these rain delays. All right, let's check out. While we're on a commercial here, let's look around the league. Let's look at the results really quickly of the early game. So, Colts absolutely smacking around the Dolphins, 33-8. Tua obviously did not have a good game. I think he finished with 2 interceptions in that game. After that, we obviously saw the Steelers get a big win over Justin Fields and the Jets, 34-32. Jaguars, that game was delayed. It just finished up probably like maybe 45 minutes ago, even though it started at 11 or at noon my time. Jags coming away with a 26-10 victory over the Panthers. Cardinals getting a victory over the Saints, 20-13. Commanders, solid 21-6 victory over their division rival, the Giants. And the Buccaneers squeaking away with a 23-20 victory over the Falcons. Next we have Bengals getting a 1-point victory over the Browns, 17-16. And the Raiders start the season off with a win, 20-13 over the New England Patriots. 49ers are trailing 7-10 to the Seahawks with about 4 minutes left in the third. Titans and Broncos 12-10. Titans on top with 11-12 left in the third. Texans up by just 2, 9-7 to the Rams. And then, of course, in this game, we have the Packers on top, 17-6 with 9:40 left in the third. All right. In this half, man, I want to see the Packers either get 10 to 14 points. If they can do that, it's a win. It's a win. That also means that you sustained drives long enough to score. Ball caught at the 6 to the 20, 25, and Savion Williams goes backwards down to the 24. So, solid coverage by Detroit. So it looks like the Titans and Broncos game might be back on because I'm seeing the clock go down. Oh, it had a rain delay. See, I got to read. It had a rain delay. Gotcha. Right on. All right. Jordan in the pistol. Jacobs in the backfield. Single receiver to the left. Hands off to Jacobs. And, ooh. There we go, man. Some tough running. Picking up basically like 3 or 4 yards after contact. Gain of about 6 or 7 for Josh Jacobs. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left side. Tucker Kraft in on the line on the right. Jacobs gets the handoff, and he will pick up nearly the first down. It'll be 3rd and very short for the Packers. All right, the Packers being patient, trying to establish the run. Three receiver set on the left side. Jordan, another handoff to Jacobs, and he will be taken down in the backfield. Basically the same exact play that they ran before, literally one snap before, and that was questionable. Don't like that sequence there. I think Jacobs cut that back when they were supposed to run to the left. So Daniel Whalen, unfortunately, is going to have to punt this one after a 3-and-out by the Packers offense. Punt is really good inside the 10. There's a lot of room, and taken down at the 21. So pretty good coverage there by the Packers punt team. So I definitely like them trying to establish the run. I wish they would have just done something a little bit more different with that run, man. There was just no... He didn't really give Jacobs an opportunity to... Like, if he tries to cut it back, which he did, that left very few blockers. When you have 3 guys and a tight end over there, that means that you were very outmanned on this right side. And, again, maybe the play was probably meant to run to the left, but Jacobs clearly cut it to the right after trying to adjust. And I don't know, man. I don't know if that was a Jacobs thing or a play design issue. But either way, it was a quick 3-and-out. Took very little time off the clock. And Detroit is going to have an opportunity to make this a 1-possession game here on this next offensive drive. All right, there we go. Boom. All right, looks like we're coming back from commercial break here. Just trying to see the Lions roster here. Just trying to catch up on some of these names. All right. Detroit will start with the ball at the 21. Goff alone in the shotgun. 2 receivers on that left side. 2 tight ends on that right side. Quick throw underneath. Gibbs able to pick up about 4 yards down to the 25. So you're starting to see Detroit trying to get some stuff underneath there, and they're going to try to build on the levels there because they're going to try to bring... They want the secondary, like the linebackers and even some safeties, they want to suck them in to worry about the stuff underneath, the 4 or 5 yard stuff. And then pretty soon they're going to start throwing stuff in that second level, anything past, 8 to 15 yards. We do have an injured Packer on the ground here. Didn't get a chance to see who it was, so let me see here. So that is there's 2 players down, unfortunately. So Brenton Cox and Edrin Cooper. Well, we cannot lose either of those guys, but especially Cooper, man. All right, Chad, how you guys doing? You guys doing all right? We still there? We still there? Fortunately, it looks like I need a new light here because it just died on me, man. But that's all right, man. We got some mood lighting. That's what we have. Got some mood lighting. All right, while we're on a commercial break here, hopefully everybody's okay on the field there. Let's look at some stats. Jordan Love, 12 of 16, 167, 2 touchdowns. Jacobs, 9 for 16, just 1.8 yards per carry. So Brenton Cox is on the field. He's going into the blue tent. Goff under center. Receiver in motion, play action, quick throw to that receiver who is able to pick up a first down inside, just past the 30-yard line down to about the 34. Ooh, nice little update there on the Rams and Texans game. It looks like the Rams are taking the lead there. All right. Goff under center here. 3 receivers on that left side. Jahmyr Gibbs alone in the backfield. Goff fakes the handoff, looking deep, and he's going to be pressured and throws it underneath. Finds a Jameson Williams for a gain of about 1 or 2. Able to get off a decent throw, actually, while he was literally almost being wrapped up for a sack. That was Rashawn Gary and J.J. Enikbari. All right, Goff in the shotgun. 2 receivers on that right side. Single receiver to the left. Running back to his right. Nice little handoff. And this time, Rashawn Gary brings down David Montgomery for a minimal gain. Let's freaking go, man. Good job. Sent the corner on a blitz there. All right, we got 3rd and 6. Goff in the shotgun. Single receiver to his left. 2 backs in the backfield. Goff taken down for a sack, and that is Lucas Van Ness. Let's freaking go. Lucas Van Ness starting out on that left side of the offensive formation. Basically just shoved that left guard all the way back into the lap of Jared Goff. Micah Parsons taking up two guys to block him, and that allowed Lucas Van Ness to take advantage and bring down Jared Goff for a sack. Lions punting this one away. Going to be taken at the 24 to the 30, 35, and near the 40-yard line. But there is a flag on the field. Why is there always a flag on a punt? Why? David Stegosaurus, BBL. BBL. Do not know what that means, my dude. You're gonna have to educate me on this one. Never mind, I figured it out. Be back later. There we go. Alright, my dude. I will see you later. I'm an old man. I don't know these fangled shorthand. I'm an old man. All right, we got 4:15 left in the third here. Packers still up by 11 with an opportunity to extend the lead here. Their first drive in the second half started out really good, and then it got blown up in the third down play there. So hopefully they can kind of, one, establish the run, but also don't be afraid to push that ball down the field, man. All right, the passing game has been working. All right. After the penalty here, ball will be at the 15. Jordan in the pistol, tight end to his right, running back to his left, single receiver to the left side there. Jordan under pressure, throws it to Dontavian Wicks, who I believe caught that ball. Wow. If that is the case, that is going to be at the 30. Sorry, the 29. Jordan takes the snap, play, looking underneath to Josh Jacobs, who will pick up about 4 yards down to the 33. Wow. Are they holding miss some of the game chores? I feel you on that one. I am definitely ignoring my chores today. Yeah, I worked 20 plus hours over the last 2 days on Friday and Saturday, so yeah, not a lot got done in the house. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left, looking, has time, pressured, and it'll be nearly intercepted by Alonzo. Oh, man, that was a bad decision by Jordan. Held on to that ball just a little bit too long. Zach Tom doing everything he can, but eventually Aiden Hutchinson on the blind side was able to get a nice hit on Jordan Love. Decision making, man. Decision making. All right, we got 3rd and 6 coming up. Ball at the 33. Wicks in motion to the left. Jordan in the shotgun. Pressure, and it's intercepted. This one is going to be intercepted by Brian Branch. There is a flag on the field. Hopefully it's on Detroit. And right now it is a touchdown as it stands for Detroit. So it looks initially like it's going to be on Detroit. I just don't know if it was before or after the interception. And unfortunately, we have arguably the highest paid offensive lineman on our team, Zach Tom, injured. It looks like a hip. So there was 2 penalties. One was a personal foul, and then the other one was a holding call, which I think came before the interception. So that'll wipe away the Brian Branch pick. So yeah, they got Hutchinson for hitting Jordan, which unfortunately Jordan, when he got hit, he ran into Zach Tom. So Zach Tom is on the sidelines. But luckily, the interception will not stand. So Kraft in motion to the left, single back in the backfield. Jordan Love under center. Ball is now at the 38. Sorry, 38. My goodness. Kraft trying to get something going here. Will pick up about a yard on the play. Yeah, right now Detroit is doing a pretty good job of getting pressure with just their 4, which is not what you want. It's leaving a lot of guys in the field to try to cover some of these receivers. In the shotgun, 2 receivers to his right, single back in the backfield there. Jacobs with a carry. He'll take it up the middle and will get the first down near the 49 yards of Green Bay. That's what we needed right there. That's what we needed. Let's get the running game going, man. They're starting to put a little pressure on Jordan. The windows are getting a little tighter. Now we got to just open up this game. All right, Jordan in the pistol, running back to his left. Josh Jacobs to his back. This is going to be a handoff to Jacobs, and he will pick up about 4 or 5 yards in Detroit territory down to the 47. And Dahlia, that was so close. Yes, it was, man. I was a little worried, man. I mean, Jordan, he's gotta protect that ball, man. We still have a lead. You know, we're up by 11. There's no need. If we were down by 11 and it was like only a couple minutes left, then yeah, you got to take some risks. But not right now. If you have the lead, trust your defense. You don't have to get it all back at once. Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. It's going to be another run, this one by Chris Brooks, who will pick up a yard down. Actually, pick up a half a yard down to the 47. So we got 3rd and 5 coming up. So there is a 1 second difference between the play clock and the game clock. The Packers will have to run a play before we head into the 4th. And it is 3rd and 5. Detroit's coming with some pressure. Jordan throwing it up to his guy, and it hits him in the hands. Jayden Reed unable to haul it in, and the Packers will likely have to punt this one away. Went right through his hands. It was a great throw. It was actually a great throw, right where it needed to be. And it'll be fair caught inside the 10. Heck of a job by Daniel Whelan. I think officially they're going to mark it around the 9. And that'll take us to the 4th quarter here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Packers defense holding on to this 11-point lead. The Packers offense struggling just a little bit here. They have yet to score in the second half. The running game really hasn't been kind of getting going. Jacobs had a couple good runs on this drive, but unfortunately, just not enough. Detroit putting a little bit of pressure on Jordan this time, finally getting to him. They have yet to sack him, but they've caused a couple throws that I think Jordan would want back for sure. Nearly had a pick 6. We did have Zach Tom get injured on this drive, so hopefully it's nothing major. Yeah, we're definitely going to need this defense to give us definitely one more stop here, if not a turnover. We had Evan Williams with a pick late in the second half to kind of end basically any chance of Detroit getting any points before the half. That was a huge thing. Unfortunately, the Packers weren't able to take advantage of it. But yeah, man, so far the pressure has been good on Goff. They've been able to get to him a few times, but it's coming to that spot where you just feel like Detroit has, maybe one more drive in them, one of those good ones, which is going to be really frustrating. At least you have time to eat after the game, because kickoff is at 7:20 your time when it's up at. Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, we still got about an hour and change before the next game comes up here. All right, Packer fans getting rowdy here in the fourth quarter. They're going to need to give these guys some energy, man. All right. Williams in motion to the left. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. Goff looking Looking pressured. He's taken down in the end zone. Oh, come on. Get out of here. And that is Rashawn Gary. They're saying he fell out of the end zone, which I guess he did, but it's because he's tall, man, right? Great job by Rashawn Gary. Lucas Van Ness, Rashawn Gary with a couple sacks here, man. Let's freaking go. Detroit all the way back at their own 1. Jared Goff under center. Single back in the backfield. And going nowhere. Edgerrin Cooper stonewalling David Montgomery right at the line of scrimmage. And we got a 3rd and 16 coming up. All right, we got Micah Parsons in. Rashawn Gary on the other side as well. Goff hands this one off, and nowhere. Ball started at the 2. Rashawn Gary and big Kobe Jack Wooden able to bring him down for a loss back at the 1. Let's freaking go, man. The Packers defense coming in on the clutch. See, Strom, morning. I'm back. Hey, welcome back, my dude. Welcome back. Yeah, man. So far, Packers defense has played a heck of a game. The Packers offense has struggled in the second half. They haven't scored any points. A couple punts here and there. A couple near interceptions by Jordan Love. The Lions defense has been putting a little bit more pressure in the passing game. And it's going to be a false start on Detroit. So that'll move that ball even closer to the end zone. It's only going to be about half a yard, but still closer to the end zone. Snap, kick. All right, let's see where this punt lands. Caught by Jayden Reed at the 45 to the 50, 40. He's going to be taken down at the 36 of Detroit. Green Bay already in field goal range. They just need to be smart with this ball. All right, they are up by 11. They don't need to get it all at once. Play your game. Be smart. If it's there, great. If not, throw it away. Jayden Reed's got to be careful with that, man. He got hit from behind. That ball nearly popped. I could see that ball move a little too hard, man. It scared me for a second. Let me see here. Captain Mickey Mouse. Dave, watch when they start the broadcast for the Bills and Ravens. Then you will see Josh Allen come out in his new jersey. Absolutely, I will do, my dude. Will do. Oh, yeah, usually with these games, I usually try to tune the channel to them. I watch a little bit of the pregame, sometimes with the sound on, just to make sure if there's any like new stories or developing stuff that happened within the last hour or so that I didn't get a chance to see or look out for. At least I kind of know a little bit about that stuff. So yeah, no, I definitely will. Hopefully they introduce them. Hopefully they'll have it on the broadcast. But yeah, man. Yeah. And Mickey Mouse, man, you've been hyping these jerseys up, man. I'm getting excited, man. Yeah, but all right, we got 12:40 left in the fourth. The Packers will have the ball. Actually, do have the ball back already. I'm just saying, man. Man, they just need to put this game away. A touchdown should do the trick. You know, that puts it at an 18-point lead. 3 possessions. If they can get a touchdown, it's likely going to be under 10 minutes. So that doesn't leave a whole lot of time for Detroit to come back. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, my dude. Appreciate the tip. Gotcha. I gotcha. But yeah, man, the Packers are defensively have been like they haven't given up a touchdown, man. The closest they got to giving up a touchdown was, I think, towards the end of the half. But then they were able to pick it off. Actually, no, they were a little bit closer. I forgot the Detroit Lions got within like the 5 or 7 yard line, but we're able to push Goff and that offense back. All right, we got 2 receivers on that right side. Jayden Reed, orbit motion. Goff, Love getting out to Jayden Reed, who will pick up about 2 yards out across the 35 down to the 34. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Packers. All right, Jordan Love. Matthew Golden in motion, hands it off to Jacobs, who picks his way to the 30, gets the first down, and more inside the 20. Josh Jacobs with his biggest run of the day, and what a time to do it. Jacobs asking the referee for a little bit of assistance since his jersey is all jacked up on the shoulder pads, and I think the referee is like, yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to help you. Which I think is just rude. I'm just saying, if a Lions player went to you, you can do that, man. I'm not going to see that as an advantage unless they win. Then I think you just cheated. All right, ball at the 19. Jordan in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left. Jacobs with another carry, breaks another tackle behind the line, and he'll get it across the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. And Jacobs is establishing himself here in the 4th. Let's go, baby. Yeah, nearly got taken down for like a 3-yard loss, but turned it into a very positive gain. And that was Barnes and Alonzo in on the tackle. Sorry, not Alonzo. Angeloni is how you say his name. All right. Single receiver to the left. Jordan in the pistol. Jacobs behind him. Jordan looking. Pressure. He steps out. Runs and slides. Nearly dies. It looks like. Jesus, man. I thought he broke something. Seriously, the way he fell was so awkward. I thought he tore something. Yeah, that right foot just slipped right out, but luckily it didn't get caught on the field. So we got 3rd and 1 after the Jordan Love run. Jacobs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to him, obviously, but it will get about half the yardage that they needed. So it'll be 3rd and half a yard, but pretty sure the Packers are going to be satisfied with just a field goal here to push this to a 14-point lead, potentially. I thought they did the split to me too, man. I was like... Anytime you see somebody kind of pull, like, basically their upper body jerks backwards, kind of get a little worried that something popped. I was like, oh, jeez. All right. So, Packers are actually going for it. The ball is at the 10. They need to get to the 9. And Jordan Love with a sneak. I think he got it. And both line judges are indicating a first down. Let's wait for the official word. And it is a first down for the Green Bay Packers, converting a 4th and 1. Woo-wee. I guess I was wrong. I thought the Packers were going to be like, you know what, let's take a field goal. We'll up 14. No. Matt LaFleur says, let's go. It's week 1. We gotta make an identity here. We gotta prove something. 2 receivers on that right side. Jacobs positions to the left of Jordan in the shotgun, and Jacobs able to break a tackle inside the in the backfield, and will get it down to the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. Holy cow. Sorry, he made a man miss behind the line. That's what I meant to say. And then was met basically at the 6 by Barnes and was able to push him all the way in. Another hand up to Jacobs. Touchdown! Josh Jacobs and the Packers putting the final nail in this game. Absolute destruction. I love it. Woo! Oh, like butter. I don't think Jacobs was touched on that carry. He ran to the left, cut it inside, and then boom. Just a little. And the extra point is good, and McManus makes it 24-6, and the Packers absolutely destroying the Detroit Lions. Woo! All right. Had to get that out of my system. I didn't want to blow up your ears on that one. Captain Mickey Mouse Base has a hip to injury, and that's why he's out tonight. Oh, man, that stinks, man. Especially with the hip, man. You can't really do a whole lot if your hip is all jacked up. Hopefully, Bass is all good soon. And that is Josh Jacobs' 9th consecutive game with a touchdown. That is a new franchise record for the Packers. All right, let's see here. The ball was dancing all the way into the... Yes, it was. Is there other kicker good, though? The one I said. Yeah, Prater. Prater is... He's definitely not what he used to be when he was in Denver or even in his time in Detroit. But he is, like I said, you could do significantly worse than Matt Prater. Like, I would say anything within 45 to probably 50 yards is almost basically a guarantee. He's been around the league for a while. He's 41 years old. Like you've seen over the last couple of years, like when kickers start to lose that consistency or that reliability, the NFL doesn't mess around. Like, there's very few kickers that can survive a bad stretch of games or even a bad season. Like, the only guys that I can think of in recent memory are Tucker, who was with the Ravens, but not only did he have a bad season last year, obviously some off the field stuff probably doomed his career. Mason Crosby had a really rough 2012 or 2013, but the Packers stuck with him, and then he bounced back to have like an incredible stretch for a couple of years. All right, kick is up to the 10, to the 15, 20, and out across the 25, and it'll be around the 27 for Detroit here. We have a little under 7:50 left in the game. All right, Goff in the shotgun. Amon-Ra in motion now to the right. Two receivers on that right side. Gibbs to Goff's left. Takes the snap, looking, a little bit of pressure, and it's going to be caught by Reynolds over the middle. Picks up about 7 or 8 yards for the Detroit Lions. I think Cardinals released him. That's why Bills picked him up. Hey, got to pick up the good players, man, especially if they can help you. Goff under pressure, and he'll get it to Jahmyr Gibbs, who will be about 2 yards shy of the first down. Edgerrin Cooper, man, just so dang quick, dude. He has brought down Jahmyr Gibbs one-on-one multiple times in this game. And as a person that saw a lot of Detroit games last year, that is not an easy thing to do. Like, the amount of times I've seen Jahmyr Gibbs make some of the best tacklers in the game miss, it happened so frequently last year. So, Edgerrin Cooper having a heck of a game. Receiver in motion to the right. Single receiver now to the left. Goff in the shotgun. Gibbs to his left. Goff looking, pressure, throws to the right, and it will overthrow Sam Laporta, and that'll force a 4th down for Detroit. All right, 4th and 2. This is probably the last gasp for Detroit here if they don't get it. 3 receivers on that right side. Goff in, and he's taken down for a sack. And that is big 95 Devontae Wyatt to polish off this game. There it is. Packers defense absolutely relentless in this game. Oh my God, I love it, bro. A former first-round pick out of Georgia paying dividends. I remember, what was it, a couple months ago, everybody was like, why is Goody wasting all these picks on defensive players? They should be getting wide receivers. Guess what? Because when they hit, they change your defense, man. You need a great defense. I'm not ready to anoint the Packers just yet in terms of a great defense. They had a really good defense last year, a borderline top 5 defense last year. The thing that they were missing was pressure against the great teams, against the very good offensive lines. They brought down Goff plenty of times. They had pressured him almost throughout the entire game. And they've got it from multiple guys. Rashawn Gary has a sack. Lucas Van Ness has a sack. Devontae Wyatt has a sack. Guess what all 3 of those guys have in common? They are first-round draft picks drafted by Gutekunst. Dave, is something going on with Houston Texans game at SoFi Stadium? Yeah, let me check it out, dude. Let me check it out. So Rams and Texans. Rams are up 14-9. So the things have not changed. There's 10:52 left in the 4th quarter there. And C-Strom, congrats on the Packers. Hey, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. And hey, man. Like I said, Cowboys, they're gonna get it going, man. All right. And I say that as a Packer fan. I think things are I think they're gonna improve on their record from last year, which I know they didn't have Dak. I know they didn't have some big names for a while there, so that may not seem like a oh yeah. But hey, man. Anytime you can improve on your record, it changes. You can change things here and there. And plus, you got some extra picks to build that roster. Love under center here. Jacobs with the handoff up the middle. And he'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards on that final shove by some teammates. Heck yeah. says delayed but indoors. It might be an injury. Might be an injury there for. Right now, I'm seeing that the ball is moving. The clock is moving over there in Houston, with the Houston Texans and the Rams. So it might have been just delayed because of an injury for like a couple minutes, but it seems like they're back. All right, Jordan under center, single receiver to the left, single back in the backfield. We got a 3 tight end set at this point. All right, looks like the Packers have used a timeout here. They're down to just 2. We got 5:54 left in this game. The Packers had a really solid first half. The Packers offense able to put up 17 points. The Packers defense able to hold the Detroit Lions to just a field goal in that first half. And since then, it's the Packers defense has just controlled this game. 3 tight end set. Jacobs in. He's going to try to pick his way on that right side, but he'll only pick up about 2 yards inside the 20 down to the 19. All right, we got Romeo Doubs and Matthew Golden in on the play here, on the huddle, I should say. I bet you Allen is getting ready for tonight's game. Oh, yeah, man. I bet he is. I hope he has a great game, man. I have him in my fantasy. Jordan under center, single receiver to the right. Another handoff to Jacobs. And Jacobs trying to do a little too much dancing. I think he should have just run forward, man. Just run forward. Come on. He will be taken down in the backfield for a loss back at the 20. I think the Packers are gonna just settle here for a field goal to try to push this to a 21-point lead very late here in the fourth. Yeah, Detroit not using any of their timeouts here. Trying to save them here because they got a lot of work to do if they want to make this game interesting. And McManus's kick is good, just sneaking into that right upright. Holy cow. Woo! You saw the shadow of the ball on that post, man. Ooh, that was a little close one. All right, we got 4:22 left in the game. The Packers extending their lead to 21. Detroit is going to have a lot of questions that they need to answer here after week 1, but they're a good team. They didn't really lose anybody major. Aiden Hutchinson is healthy. They didn't have him for a good chunk of the second half of last season. He could have made a big difference. David, I'm back. I'm Dave. Hi, I'm Dave. Hi, I'm Dave. Hi, I'm Dave. Oh, and the kick goes out of bounds. Maybe the New Jersey are away, I think. Oh, might be away. Could be right. See, Strom, if both the Packers and the Seahawks win here, I might be doing pretty well in Grassi's Pick'em League. There we go. There we go. Gotta get that going, dude. Oh, man, that just reminded me. Somebody sent me, basically, it's kind of like a Survivor League, and I just completely forgot about it. Son of a biscuit. Goff under center, back in the backfield, and it's nearly intercepted by Quay Walker. It actually went through his hands, but then it also went through the hands of, who was that? Was that Reynolds or Amon-Ra? That was actually Reynolds. Hit him right in the hands. It went... Not Reynolds, my goodness. I keep on thinking it's Josh Reynolds. Raymond. Number 11 there for Detroit. We got a single receiver to the left. Goff in the shotgun. Gibbs to his left. Goff looking, running. Being chased by Micah Parsons, who gets his first sack as a Green Bay Packer. Micah Parsons hunting down Jared Goff to put a bow on this absolute dominant performance by the Green Bay Packers, fighting off two defenders and running about half of the length of the field to bring down Jared Goff. Number one gets his number one sack as a Green Bay Packer. Let's go. Goff, under center, my voice is gone. Two receivers to that left side, and the play is going to be blown dead. There's going to be a flag. You didn't say it right. It was hi, I'm back. Oh, hi, I'm back. I'm sorry. Dang it. Hi, I'm back. Then you responded, I'm back. I'm Dave. Oh, well, I tried. That's true. Sorry, David. I let you down, man. I let you down. Sorry. Lesson plans are the bane of my existence right now, but at least I'm a week ahead. Hey, if you're in education, man, I appreciate you guys completely and utterly undervalued, especially nowadays. Keep going, man. We appreciate you. Goff in the shotgun. Gibbs to his right. Two receivers to the left. Goff looking, pressured. And he finds Laporta for a decent gain. It'll be about 9 to 10 yards. Yeah, trust me, man. Educators are... I mean, when things go... It's like an offensive line, man. When things are going great in education, nobody notices because you're like, oh, yeah, this is how it's supposed to work. Kids are just supposed to be getting smarter and, all this other stuff by nature. And I was like, no. It takes effort, man. It takes a lot of effort. Three receivers stacked up on that right side. Goff throws, finds Jameson Williams, who actually lost the first down, but then he might have gained it back with a final little lunge there. Holy cow. Yeah, he cut it right at the goal line, then went back 2 yards, and then finally able to lunge forward just enough to get it. All right, ball at the 45 of Detroit. Goff in the shotgun. Single receiver to the left, three to the right. Goff looking, pressured, and taken down, but he's fumbled the ball. And it's picked up by Gibbs, or Gibbs falls on it, but there is a flag on the field. I think it might be on the Packers, potentially. Dave, dark blue lights for Buffalo again. I got you, dog. If you're in education, teach your students to say, go, Pack, go. Micah Parsons offsides. Micah Parsons a little getting ready for his second sack, apparently. He got a little too overzealous, lined up in the neutral zone. There you go. That's all you need to do, man. You don't need catcher in the rye. Just go, Pack, go. That's all you need to learn. You want to get a job? What's your credentials? Go, Pack, go. You're hired. Boom. All right. Two receivers to the left. Goff in the shotgun. Gibbs to his right. Throws to the left. Finds Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll pick up the first down in some decent yardage. I am happy because I have Amon-Ra on my fantasy. So let's get some garbage. Let's get some garbage yards. Education is the new job I just got over the summer. It's been interesting, excited for the first big paycheck in my life. Hey, man, congratulations, brother. You earned it. You worked hard for it. It took you years, man, but you finally got it. Congratulations. Goff looking, throws over the middle, finds, I believe that's his tight end. It'll pick up about 6 yards on the play. That is Sam Laporta there, getting knocked around a little bit, picking up some tough yardage. Sack by Dahlia. There you go. Goff in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left there. Goff looking, pressured, and he gets it to Gibbs over the middle. Pick up a first down, just enough, down to the 31. Speaking of, I think there was just a fumble in the Texans game as well. Wasn't paying attention. I wonder who fumbled. Because right now I am seeing that the Rams have the ball, but that might be outdated. Yeah, so the Rams have the ball, so it might have been the Texans. So we just hit the 2-minute warning here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Packers on top, 27-6. This has been easily the best week 1 game I think we've experienced since probably Jordan's first week 1 game against Chicago, where he threw 3 touchdowns, like 300 yards, and the Packers basically just blew out the Bears. I think this is better because we're still getting a good offensive performance, but on top of that, the Packers defense has just been absolutely lights out. They got a turnover. They got 4 or 5 sacks, I'm pretty sure. Micah Parsons has a sack. Lucas Van Ness has a sack. Rashawn Gary has a sack. Everybody that you would want to make an impact in terms of on the stat sheet, they have made it. So, perfect. Let me see here. Rams just fumbled. There we go. And then Dahlia, damn flags. Parsons, too excited. Hey, it's all right. The guy makes up for it. Captain Mickey Mouse, October 5th, the Bills wear their new jerseys. Oh, okay. Heck yeah, October 5th. Hopefully we'll have 100 subscribers by that time. All right, Seastrom, I feel like it's been a lot of low-scoring games this weekend. Maybe it's just me. Close ones at that. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, like, I feel like, the last couple games have all been kind of in their 20s. I mean, the Steelers and Jets was insane, 34-32. So, yeah, I think there's I think the defenses usually, I think it's, you look at this like the stats, usually defenses do really good in the first 3 weeks because you can tell offensive players, especially the young guys, it's so much about timing, it's so much about this, that they have a little bit of a harder learning curve. And then in the middle of the season is when you start to see the offense take off. And then as it gets colder, you start to see the defenses kind of start to claw back some of what they lost in the middle of the season. So I think there's a beautiful little ebb and flow to the way teams play. Texans, Rams, Raiders game, though some notable exceptions. That's fair. That is fair. All right. Goff in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his right, single receiver to the left, Gibbs to his left. Takes the snap, Gibbs gets the handoff. Packers are ready for it. They string it out, and he runs out of bounds, losing about 1.5 yards. Oh. What is going on here? Okay. It's the weirdest commercial I've ever seen. All right, Goff in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Takes the snap, looking, pressure, gets it underneath to his tight end, who will pick up a good chunk of yardage. I think he's going to be just shy of the first, but they might be giving it to him. Clock is running, 140, 139, 138, 137, 136. Goff in the shotgun, 4 receiver set basically, and pressure and incomplete. Goff just basically throwing that one in the dirt. trying not to take a hit because there was a Packer barreling down on him. I think it was Lucas Van Ness with the pressure. Packers, for example, Colts, for example, the Packers getting up to 27 is also pretty high. Wait, sorry, that's just registering the Packers. The Colts destroyed the Dolphins. Dang. Great for the Colts. Not so, yeah, the Dolphins. This is going to be a season where they need to be successful. Otherwise, I don't think that coaching staff is going to survive. Goff throws it over the middle, nearly picked off, trying to get it to Jameson Williams, and Goff ends up on his back. The 49ers won. Wow, dude. Let's go. Yeah, the 49ers, man, they have a good team to win now. They just need to put it all together, especially defensively. Goff throws over the middle, tries to get Gibbs. He breaks a tackle, and he will be about 4 or 5 yards shy of the first. I think they're a little generous with the spot. It might be 4th and 3. Gibbs comes up a little bit with a limp. All right, forward receiver set, tight end in the slot to the right. And it'll be... Looks like the play was blown dead here. 1 minute on the clock, and the Packers, I think, used their second timeout here. I think they were not in the right position, so they don't want to, just give up a touchdown that easily. Jaden Daniels, 68 yards rushing, 233 through the air. Dude, that kid is ridiculous, man. Baker Mayfield, 3 touchdowns on the day. Dang, no, 49ers won, darn. Yeah, I don't mind the 49ers winning early, as long as they lose late in the season. I don't want to deal with them in the playoffs. I don't want the 49ers to be good. They're like NFC kryptonite, particularly for the Cowboys. It's fair. That is fair. If it helps, they're the kryptonite of the Packers too, man. 2 receivers to the left. Goff throwing it, and he's going to be nearly in the end zone, trying to get it to number 18. I thought Carrington Valentine was actually going to have a chance at picking that off. That's why I said he's going to be. But the ball was a little too high. The receiver was not able to stay in bounds. Incredible one-handed catch. Oh, there might be a case for this. I don't know. I think that's a touchdown. Let me see here. It depends on when his body also hit. 1, 2. Oh, that right foot does lift up for a bit before the other one goes down. So I don't know. So right now it's under the review. Right now Malik Willis is on the field because it was a 4th down play. So this is either going to be a touchdown for Detroit for the first time in the game, or it will be a turnover on downs. I mean, he's about as flat as you can be. Oh, man. It doesn't look like a touchdown, but they just got to slow it down towards the end when he hits. It might be a touchdown. It might be a touchdown. All right. Looks like the official call is going to be coming in any second now. We'll see what it is. It is a touchdown for the Detroit Lions. A heck of a catch by Tesla. Is that how you say his name? No. Yeah, Tesla. Tell me if I'm mispronouncing that one incorrectly. Yeah, 1 foot, has possession, has the other foot down. Oh. All right, well, it is going to be a touchdown for Detroit here very late in the game. And the extra point is up and good. Oh, forgot. Forgot it was 6, not 7. There we go. Tesla? Is that how you say his name? Because it's a T, lowercase e, and then S-A. So I don't know how to pronounce the name. Let me know. Dahlia Glad was changed. Crazy catch. Yeah, man. I mean, to me, it was close enough. To me, it looked like both feet were in. He had possession of the ball. He never lost really possession of it during contact with the ground. So, yeah, heck of a catch for the young. I think he's a rookie. I'm pretty sure. So his name is pronounced Tesla. So almost like Tesla, but Tesla. Tesla. Either way. Third round pick in 2025. So yeah, first touchdown for the young rookie, man. Congratulations to that kid, man. Oh, the kid's out of Michigan too, a local kid. All right, Detroit in, trying to make a onside kick here. And it goes out of bounds. Romeo Doubs was about to catch it, but he saw that it was going to go out of bounds, so he's like, no, I'm not going to touch it. Won't touch it. All right, man. 55 seconds left. I'm assuming Malik Willis will be coming in for a couple kneel downs, and that'll be the game. The Packers coming away with a massive and impressive victory against the Detroit Lions. It's going to be 13-27, but I mean, that touchdown literally came with less than a minute left. It was a miracle one-handed catch. It was impressive, but still unlikely. Oh, Jordan is going to be in for this handoff, and they'll be down to the 46, getting it to Wilson, who is getting his first carry of the game. Dude, I'm surprised we didn't see more of Emmanuel Wilson here. He was basically the number 2 back for most of last season. Now we saw a lot of Chris Brooks early on. And Detroit will choose not to use any other timeouts. And Jordan Love takes one final kneel down, and that is it. The Packers get a huge win here in week 1. One of their most impressive victories, I think, in a long time. They've had some really good ones, don't get me wrong, but this is against a Super Bowl contending team, and they just dominated, putting up 27 points against a really good defense. No turnovers, no major gaffes, and on top of that, their defense just absolutely dominated in the second half and was also very darn good in the first half. So the Packers are 2-0, and Detroit will try to come back next week and try to get on the winning side as they start out 0-1. And 0-1 also in the division. The Packers only had one division victory last year. They lost twice to the Vikings, twice to Detroit, and then once to Chicago. They have already matched their winning total in the division already in week 1. So, Mickey Mouse, Tesla. Yeah. It was throwing me off because of the lowercase. I was like, is that spell? Does it sound differently? But basically, it's the same as Tesla. So, all right, man. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We had a lot of freaking awesome people that came back here, man. We got Sean Paul Trotter. He was back in here in the chat, man. I appreciate you for bouncing in here early on in the game. Chris Lasso also made an appearance. Captain Mickey Mouse, Dahlia, Seastrom, obviously David, Stegosaurus, man. Always popping in here, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the game. Hey, man, go Pack, go. We got a victory. Yeah, I'll probably have a video tomorrow breaking down a little bit of my thoughts on this game. I'm going to try to do those every week. It might only be for the Packer games. If I can film more and edit them pretty quickly, I will try to do them for some other games, especially some of the bigger games like the Buffalo Bills and Ravens. But I can for sure should be able to do the Packer game basically every week. I'll try to break those down on Monday, so that way I can have a video out for you before the Monday night game. So that's what we're going to try to do here on the channel. So hopefully you guys tune into that. And yeah, I was expecting a win. I just wasn't expecting such a dominant victory. And I'm very, very happy. Let me put an F on the quarter so people know this ain't going to change. Packers did their work and they got it done, man. But yeah, man, Jordan Love, pretty efficient, had a couple bad throws, but luckily penalty kind of saved him on that one. And but he was efficient, man. 3 touchdowns, pretty darn good. It's going to be tough to have any real true negative things to say. Yeah, you can clean up a few things here and there, but like I said, 27 points, dominant defensive performance, special teams was perfect. Yeah. Great week 1, and I can't wait until Thursday when we get to see them go up against a pretty darn good Commanders team. That should be a great game. So, and then Dave, I put his last name. Oh, I got you right there. I see it. Tesla. Thank you, Mickey Mouse. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, my dudes. I'm gonna head out. Thank you to everybody that watched. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 before October, and we're just going to keep on building, man. So I'll see you guys in a couple hours, or actually in an hour, for the Ravens-Bills games. My name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.